Imagine this. A small town middle of a snowstorm, the power is out, and something isn't right. Strange shapes move in the shadows, something terrifying hides beneath the snow, and strange noises echo through the night. A family tries to stick together, but one by one, strange and creepy things begin to happen inside their own home. The fire goes out, the chimney rattles, and then, a tiny, sweet-looking cookie turns out to be anything but sweet. What's coming for them, and why? Stay with me now. Welcome to Peak Plot Recaps. If you're here, you're probably ready to dive straight into some epic movies without the boring stuff. We're all about breaking down the coolest and most intense stories from the screen, quick, simple, and straight to the good parts. First, let's see what we are about to deal with real quick before we jump into the recap. So grab some snacks, sit back, and relax. Merry Christmas, guys! Today, I'm going to explain a Christmas fantasy film which is not the one with the usual typical fun tales. This is a Christmas horror movie, Krampus. Directed by Michael Dougherty, Krampus masterfully blends fantasy and horror, earning a solid 6.2 out of 10 IMDb rating. This story follows a family who could use a little boost in their Christmas spirit, and when they don't embrace the holiday spirit, they find themselves facing some unexpected challenges. If you think Christmas is about sugar, ice, and spice, and everything is nice, Krampus might make you rethink your holiday traditions. So, grab some hot chocolate and a warm blanket because it's about to get cold and creepy. And now, spoilers ahead. The movie opens in classic Christmas chaos, a scene of shoppers excitedly exploring a store, grabbing gifts, and some are even fighting over for the last toys on the shelves. It's set to the ironic tune of, "It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas," because nothing screams holiday joy like brawling for great deals. Among the chaos, we meet the Engel family. Parents, Tom and Sarah, are running damage control as their young son Max gets into a fight. But why? Because another kid started to diss Santa Claus. That's one way to defend the Christmas spirit, I guess. They all return home to relative calm, where Max's sweet and traditional grandmother, Omi, is in the kitchen baking delicious cookies. Omi is the cozy heart of this family, bringing a touch of warmth as holiday preparations begin. However, there's a hint of tension in the air. Tom is distracted with his work, Sarah is stressed about her sister Linda's upcoming visit, and Beth, Max's older sister, is glued to her phone. Poor Max just wants a nice, traditional Christmas, but his family is too busy to care. Then comes the arrival of Sarah's side of the family, and things go from bad to worse. Linda, her husband Howard, and their kids, Howie Jr. Stevie, Jordan, and baby Chrissy, barge in, along with the uninvited Aunt Dorothy, who's as jolly as a cactus. The Engel household turns into a noisy mess as the two families clash. Howard yaps about his guns, Dorothy critiques Sarah's cooking, and the kids? Well, they're little terrors. Max's holiday spirit is on thin ice. Dinner that night is a disaster. Max's cousins mock him for still believing in Santa, going so far as to read his heartfelt letter aloud in front of everyone. The letter reveals Max's wish for his family to reconnect and love each other again, a surprisingly sweet request. But Stevie and Jordan turn it into a joke, humiliating Max furious and heartbroken. Max starts his villain arc and declares he hates Christmas and storms upstairs. In a moment of frustration, Max tears up the letter he wrote to Santa and throws the pieces out his window. The shredded letter is carried into the sky by a sudden gust of wind, and the festive night takes on an eerie tone. Suddenly, a dark, foreboding cloud forms above the neighborhood, and a chilling blizzard rolls in, cutting off power to the entire area. This is where things start to get spooky. The next morning, the family wakes up to a frozen, powerless home. The snowstorm outside is relentless, with thick layers of snow are covering everything. Max notices a strange snowman in the yard that nobody remembers building. Beth, eager to escape the chaos inside, asks for permission to check on her boyfriend Derek. Tom and Sarah reluctantly agree, giving her an hour to make the trip. As Beth walks through the icy streets, the atmosphere grows increasingly spooky. The snow is unnaturally thick, and everything around is surprisingly quiet. Suddenly, she spots a huge, horned figure leaping across rooftops. Terrified, she tries to run, but the creature follows her with horrifying agility. Beth hides under a delivery truck, trembling as the creature lands nearby. Then, out of nowhere, a creepy Jack-in-the-Box toy appears. It winds itself up, plays its eerie tune, and well, let's just say Beth's future doesn't look good. Back at the house, the family begins to worry when Beth doesn't return. Tom and Howard decide to search for her in Howard's Hummer, despite Omi's warnings that it's too dangerous. As they navigate through the snowy conditions, they come across Derek's house, which is looking pretty ruins. The chimney is destroyed, and strange, goat-like hoof prints cover the snow. Whatever happened here wasn't caused by your typical winter storm. As the two investigate further, an unseen creature lurking beneath the snow suddenly attacks Howard. He's dragged into the snowbank, screaming for help. Tom manages to save him by shooting at the monster, and they make their way back to the Hummer, only to discover it's been completely destroyed. With no other choice but to walk home, they return to the family, shaken but alive. That night, everyone gathers together to board up the windows for warmth. Howard offers to stay up and keep an eye on things, armed with his trusty shotgun. But as the night deepens, he starts to nod off, allowing the fire to burn out. Big mistake. A strange sound comes from the chimney, and suddenly a large hook descends with a gingerbread man tied to it. Well. Young Howie Jr., curious and hungry, approaches the bait. Of course, he takes a bite of the cookie, which promptly comes to life and wraps him in chains. The family rushes to save Howie, but it's too late. He's dragged up the chimney and disappears into the blizzard outside. Panicked by the supernatural attack, Omi finally speaks up. She tells the family the chilling tale of Krampus, an ancient, malevolent spirit who punishes those who lose the Christmas spirit. Through a flashback, Omi recounts how she once summoned Krampus as a child after losing faith in her family and the holiday season. The demon arrived, dragging everyone she loved into the underworld, leaving her with nothing but a bell-shaped bauble as a grim reminder. Despite Omi's warnings, the family remains a bit unsure. But as the night progresses, more unexpected and terrifying things start to happen. Out of nowhere, the house is overrun by demonic enchanted toys that come to life from the gifts. A monstrous Jack-in-the-Box swallows one of the children whole, an evil angel ornament, and a rabid teddy bear, and a murderous robot attack the adults. It's pure chaos, and the family struggles to fend off the horrifying attack. The Engel family is still reeling from the chaos of the night. The demonic toys are relentless. Linda channels her inner action hero, grabbing an icicle and stabbing the evil teddy bear in the eye, then using a hatchet to hack away at the other creatures to save her daughter Stevie. Tom and Sarah also join the fight, using whatever they can find to fight off the possessed ornaments and toys. It's an all-out war of survival as the family gangs up together to survive the nightmare. Downstairs, Howard faces his own battle. He's ambushed in the kitchen by three mischievous, nail-gun-wielding gingerbread men. They gleefully fire nails at him, but Howard fights back, using a lantern to scorch the cookies. Just as the last one charges at him with a sharpened candy cane, Rosie, the family bulldog, leaps into action and gobbles the remaining gingerbread man. With the immediate threats eliminated, the family regroups in the living room, but they're far from safe. Max suggests using Rosie to track the monstrous Jack-in-the-Box that escaped into the air ducts. Reluctantly, they send the brave bulldog into the ventilation shaft. But moments later, the ceiling collapses, and the massive Jack-in-the-Box, still bloated from swallowing Jordan, crashes into the living room. Howard is ready to attack, but before he can finish the creature, dark elves burst into the house. The elves, Krampus's mischievous minions, wreak havoc. They chain up Dorothy and the baby Chrissy, dragging them into the snowy abyss outside. Howard, filled with courage, grabs onto the tail of the monstrous Jack-in-the-Box as it's pulled out the window. He disappears into the blizzard, leaving the rest of the family in stunned silence. Before the elves can capture anyone else, a loud, bone-chilling howl echoes through the night, announcing Krampus's arrival. Terrified, the elves retreat, leaving the surviving family members to face what's coming. Tom, determined to save what's left of his family, comes up with a plan to reach the snowplow they saw earlier. Omi, however, chooses to stay behind. She knows Krampus is coming and believes her sacrifice will buy her family enough time to escape safely. As the others rush outside into the snowy storm, Omi waits by the fireplace. Krampus arrives in all his terrifying glory. A hulking, horned figure with a twisted, demonic face and a monstrous Santa-like suit. He appears from the chimney, bringing with him his bag of horrifying toys. Omi stands her ground, facing Krampus with quiet resolve. But the demon shows no mercy. He unleashes his monstrous toys, and they drag Omi into the sack, sealing her fate. Outside, the family struggles through the snow, but suddenly the creature beneath the snow strikes again. Tom is the first to encounter the creature, dragging him under despite his efforts to hold it off. Linda and Sarah are next, leaving only Max and Stevie to reach the snowplow. The two manage to climb inside, but before they can start the engine, the elves return. They capture Stevie, leaving Max alone in the freezing blizzard all on his own. Krampus appeared in front of Max and gave him the bell bauble wrapped with the torn letter that he threw out of the window earlier as a cruel reminder and disappeared. Desperate and heartbroken, Max chases after Krampus, who is gathered with his minions at the edge of a fiery pit leading to the underworld. Max begs Krampus to spare his family, offering himself as a sacrifice instead. For a moment, it seems like Krampus might accept Max's apology. The demon wipes away a tear from Max's cheek, but the moment doesn't last. Krampus and his minions erupt into cruel laughter, and Stevie is thrown into the pit. Max refuses to give up. He throws the bell bauble, a cruel reminder of his wish, back at Krampus and confronts the demon. He stands at the edge of the pit, declaring that he only wants his family to be happy again. But Krampus is unsympathetic. With a cruel smirk, he grabs Max and tosses him into the fiery depth. Then suddenly, Max wakes up. He's in his bed, and it's Christmas morning. Sunlight streams through the windows, and the joyful sound of holiday cheer fills the air. Confused but relieved, Max runs downstairs to find his entire family alive and well. They're gathered around the tree, opening presents and laughing. The nightmare seems to have been just a bad dream. As Max unwraps his gift, he finds a small, bell-shaped bauble carved with Krampus's name on it. The festive mood shifts instantly. One by one, the family members exchange uneasy looks, their memories of the horrific events flooding back to them. The camera slowly zooms out, revealing the house inside a magical snow globe on a shelf in Krampus's lair. The demon watches over his vast collection of snow globes, each containing families who have suffered similar fates. It's a chilling reminder of what happens when the Christmas spirit is lost. This movie definitely proves that not all holiday tales are filled with fun and laughter like the typical Christmas stories. Sometimes, it's the darker twists that make it even more memorable. So, what do you think about this movie? Would you survive a night like this? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Take care, and Merry Christmas. See you next time.